So essentially, Uleska creates a security pipeline that sits alongside your CI/CD pipeline as it already exists. It does all the security tasks you need. You use our CLI to call it. It runs the security tests or communicates to your APIs of existing security tools, manages the issues, and then communicates that back to your CI/CD or to your ticketing systems, as well as tracking all the metrics, etc., in one place. Let's see how long it takes us to add a security pipeline with Uleska for our GitHub application. So if we move to Uleska, we can log in. And we can use the GitHub import feature to find our project. And select all the rest of them, such as the project we want. We could do more if we wanted to. And we choose the Python tools we want to test this project against. We hit import, and that will bring the project into Uleska, as well as starting off the first run of those test tools against it. Now that that testing run is finished, we can look at the results, look at the issues. We can set some as false positives if we want to. But now, how do we add this into our CI/CD so that it runs every time we do a build? If we go back to our GitHub project, we're going to use GitHub Actions as the CI/CD here. We're going to create our own version and modify the script to run Uleska every time that there's a pull or a push. Run Uleska. And in our run, what we need to do is just two things. We need to bring down the requests library and the Uleska automate pip library. And then we run the Uleska automate command anywhere inside our CI/CD that we need to. Just a few commands to give to this. We're going to give it the Uleska server is going to contact either our SaaS server or your on-prem installed server. We're going to give it an application name, which we can get from our project that we created. I'm going to give it version name or pipeline, which in this case was V1. We can change that to anything we want to. I'm going to pass it a token that's created inside the Uleska platform for you to be able to access this. You can see our documentation for more details. And then we're going to run the test and compare command of the command line interface. This lets you run the testing and compare against the previous version. Those two lines is all you need inside your CI/CD to be able to run the new security pipeline. Now if we go to our actions, the new action is going to be created. Now that pipeline's run, we can see that it's ran the security tooling, it's waited for the results, it's got the results here, listing all the issues. And down here, it would compare the previous run to this run, but there is no differences since our tests were the same. Back in Uleska, we can look at the results of the latest runs. We can go in and change the tools that we want to run against that pipeline, etc. And you do the other things that you can view in the Uleska documentation for our security pipeline.